Hi, Sterling with you here one more time. Uh, Talking to you with a few more comments on Facebook advertising, actually on the use of the Power Editor. In my first on-screen video about using the Power Editor, I failed to mention a couple of points that I should have, and one of them has to do with ad placement. So I'm going to go to that page. That's where I'm at now on Power Editor and show you where I'm at. I tend to shut off mobile news feed and mobile apps. If you go to ad sets here, let's just pick an ad set so you can see where I'm at. If we choose this ad set here, if you go down to placement, you can see I've got mobile news feed and mobile partner apps turned off. And if you go down to the box below and do a price comparison, you can see that their suggested bid is 65 cents and their bid range is 40 to 81 cents with mobile news feed and mobile apps turned off. Now, the kind of a fooler is if you turn those options on, the suggested bid actually goes down. But what's going on here is that you're going to get your ad shown to a lot of people on mobile devices, and people just generally do not sign up on mobile devices, so it's really kind of a waste of time. You're going to get better performance if you just leave mobile apps and mobile devices turned off, in spite of the fooler there with the price difference. It looks like it's cheaper, but you're going to be showing your ad to a whole bunch of people who are just going to ignore it. So that's what I needed to say about mobile apps, and it leads me to another point that needs a little more attention than it received in the first video. Down there in the optimization and pricing box in the first video, I really didn't talk about the fact that you need to optimize for clicks, because that's what gives you the option to bid on the cost of your click. Now, if you choose optimize for clicks and then you specify the maximum amount that you're willing to bid per click, that puts you into a controllable category. You can control the cost per click. Because Facebook doesn't really care about optimizing your cost per click, but they do give you the option to control it. What they're hoping is that you'll just let them do it. If you optimize in clicks, if you optimize for clicks here, but you don't specify a bid limit, then they're going to charge you whatever the going rate is for that click at the time that the click takes place. What controls the cost of the click? Observation indicates that the cost per click that they're going to charge you is a function of the presence of other ads that are also competing for clicks at the same time, and of the effectiveness of your ad. Now, I should have taken some screenshots to show you this, and maybe I will in the future, but I just want to document this now, and I'll say it without anything to illustrate it for the moment. But my first observation tells me that if you watch the variation of the cost per click when you first put up a set of ads, then you see that if your ads get a high click-through rate, in other words, if a higher proportion of the people that are presented with your ad click on it, then the cost per click goes down. They recognize that that means your ad has some value to people, so they lower the price. Not being sure exactly how the algorithm works, all I can do is offer some observations. Another one is that it's also true that over the period of a few days, the cost per click stabilizes, and I believe that that it's a function of the presence of other ads that are competing for clicks. So if an ad started out with a great click-through rate, then over time you're likely to see the cost per click going to creep up after it runs for a few days until it kind of reaches a stable number, and that's usually after 3 or 4 days. Now, interesting to me is that it doesn't exactly work the other way around. If the ad starts out with a really bad click-through rate, then the cost per click never really seems to stabilize to a lower value either. It just stays there and it has a bad click-through rate and just doesn't get much attention. So it's pretty easy to gauge an ad that you need to turn off immediately. I mean, within probably a couple of days, you can tell if you've only got a handful of clicks and the price is too high from the beginning. You can shut it right off and stop wasting your money. So with that in mind, remember that the choice of a proper bid, the number you put down here in this box, with respect to the suggested bid range, which they suggest over here to the right, that's also a factor in increasing your click-through rate. If you choose a bid that's up near the top of their suggested bid range, or even above that upper limit, which I've done here, I made it $1, I put it way above the upper limit, then that guarantees that nobody's going to outbid you, because the choice of a click bid value that's too low is going to give that click away to some other higher bidder. So you can control your cost per click there to a certain extent, and still, if you set it above their suggested range, you'll still get a reasonable amount of traffic. Now, that's exactly why Facebook gives you the option of letting them to take control of the cost per click, because if they do that, that'll ensure that you're going to get the most clicks, because Facebook just charges you a click rate that ensures you're going to get the click. It's going to generate the most traffic at the time of the click. So sure, letting them set the price of your bid is going to get you a lot of clicks, and it's going to deliver you a great click-through rate, but it's also going to cost you an arm and a leg, and of course it's out of your control. And Facebook's hope is that you'll be happy to spend a lot of money to get these great click-through rates, but you got to control your costs. I'm a sincere believer in being in control for your own benefit. Now, another subject that has come up, and I don't know if I can, I can show you on by going to one of the ads here. Another subject that's come up is approval and disapproval of ads. This is a subject that I don't think has received a lot of attention lately in Facebook. It appears that in the past few months, Facebook may be starting to kind of get all googly, because they seem to have recently tightened their ad content definitions. They really don't like you advertising about online marketing things, because some of it looks spammy. Of course, their intentions are honorable. They just want to eliminate advertising that looks spammy and offers people get-rich schemes and presents unrealistic promises and that sort of thing. And that's a good agenda, but what they seem to have done in the process is to go one step too far sometimes for some of the products that from which serious internet marketers are really making their living. It seems like they've labeled internet marketing as a scam or something. So there's a few things to avoid to say in your ads if you're promoting affiliate marketing, and if you use the wrong words in the wrong places, I've found that their use is going to result in your ad being disapproved. So don't mention the word affiliate marketing, in spite of the fact that there's thousands of people that are making great incomes through marketing products as affiliates. Facebook seems to have decided that to talk about affiliate marketing is like promising a get-rich-quick scheme or something. So avoid that word, and the same seems to go for the word email marketing. I've got a couple of ads disapproved for that too. So there's ways to dance around that by using language that pretty much says the same thing. You can talk about techniques to drive traffic to websites. You can talk about SEO, and you can talk about all kinds of techniques that you have to offer to get people to look at websites, but just don't mention those keywords: affiliate marketing, email marketing, anything in Facebook's opinion seems to look spammy these days. And although I don't have any idea how their approval process works, it's pretty clear that there must be some kind of text content monitoring software that they're using. Um, just today I had an ad that was already approved, and I decided to go back and make a small change to it. And I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to what that change was, but the change resulted in the ad getting immediately disapproved. And from that point on, once the first one ad got disapproved, in spite of the fact that they'd already approved like a half a dozen previous ads with really similar content, no matter what kind of content I put in a new ad in that campaign, it just continually got disapproved. So get disapproved once in a campaign and you're probably going to have troubles. So as our experience in this progresses, I'll keep you up to date on this and related subjects. So I thank you for being with us and stay tuned. Thank you.